In this video, we will be exploring DNS Lookup Tools. These are essential commands for querying domain information. We will be focusing on two primary tools: DIG, which stands for Domain Information Groper, and nslookup, which stands for Name Server Lookup. Each of these tools allows you to find out important information about domain names and their corresponding IP addresses. Before diving into the tools, let's understand what DNS is. DNS stands for Domain Name System. It is a system that translates domain names like example.com into IP addresses, which are numerical labels like 93, 184, 216-34 that are needed to locate computer services and devices worldwide. Think of it as a phone book for the Internet. It is a hierarchical and distributed database. DNS Lookup Tools help query this system, allowing you to find the IP address associated with a domain name or other DNS records. Let's start with the DIG command, which stands for Domain Information Groper. DIG is a flexible DNS lookup tool that is part of the Bind DNS suite. It is known for providing detailed DNS information and offers powerful query options. The output is clear and structured, making it a preferred tool for system administrators. The basic syntax of DIG is quite simple. You type DIG followed by the domain name you want to query, for example, digexample.com. To query a specific record type, you can use the option followed by the record type such as MX for mail exchange records. For example, digtmxexample.com. If you want to query a specific DNS server, you can specify the server's IP address using the @ symbol, for example, digexample.com at 8.8.8.8. To get a short answer containing only the IP address, you can use the plus short option, for example, digexample.com plus short. Here's how to understand the DIG command output. The header section shows the version of DIG used and the global options. The question section displays what you asked for, such as the domain name and the type of record you are querying. The answer section provides the DNS records that match your query, such as the IP address for a domain. Finally, the statistics section gives details about the query, including the query time, the server that was used, and the message size received. The DIG command comes with various options to refine your DNS queries. Let's explore some common ones. For record type options, you can use TA to query IPv4 address records, which is the default. Use tquad to query IPv6 address records. Use TMX for mail exchange records. Use TNS for name server records and TX for text records. For output control options, plus short displays a terse output containing just the answer. Plus null disables the display of all sections. Plus answer displays only the answer section. Plus trace traces the delegation path from the root name servers, and @server lets you query a specific DNS server by specifying its IP address. Let's look at some practical examples of the DIG command. To find the mail servers for a domain like gmail.com, use the command digtmxgmail.com plus short. The result will show the mail exchange records for gmail.com. For a reverse DNS lookup, to find the hostname for an IP address like 8.8.8.8, use the command digx8.8.8.8 plus short. The result will show the hostname associated with that IP address. To use Google's DNS server to query a domain like example.com, use the command digexample.com at 8.8.8.8 plus short. The result will show the IP address of example.com, as resolved by Google's DNS server. To find all DNS records for a domain like example.com, use the command digexample.com, any plus null plus answer. This command queries all record types and shows only the answer section, giving you a comprehensive view of the DNS records for that domain. Now let's move on to the nslookup command, which stands for Name Server Lookup. nslookup is a simpler DNS query tool that is available on most operating systems. It provides basic DNS information and is cross-platform, meaning it works on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. It has an interactive mode available, making it user-friendly for beginners. Compared to Dig, nslookup has a simpler syntax and is available on Windows by default, but it provides less detailed output and fewer advanced options. The basic syntax of nslookup is straightforward. You type nslookup followed by the domain name, for example, nslookup.example.com. To query a specific record type, you can use the option type equals followed by the record type such as MX for mail exchange records. For example, nslookup type equals mxexample.com. To query a specific DNS server, you can specify the server's IP address after the domain name, for example, nslookup.example.com 888. nslookup also has an interactive mode where you can enter commands one by one. To enter interactive mode, simply type nslookup, then use the server command to specify a DNS server, the set type command to set the record type, and then enter the domain name you want to query. Finally, type exit to leave interactive mode. Here's how to understand the nslookup command output. The command section shows the nslookup command that was executed. The server section displays the DNS server that was used for the query. The header section indicates the type of response, such as a non-authoritative answer. The answer section provides the DNS records that were found, such as the IP address for the domain. For example, when querying MX records for gmail.com, the answer section shows the mail exchange records along with their preference values. If you see non-authoritative answer, it means that the DNS server you queried did not have the most up-to-date information, but it provided the best answer it had cached. Let's summarize the key differences between Dig and nslookup. Dig is typically available by default on Linux and Mac OS systems that have the bind package installed, while nslookup is available on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Dig provides comprehensive and structured output, whereas nslookup offers basic and simplified output. Dig has extensive query options, such as plus trace and plus short, while nslookup has limited options, mainly for basic record types. Dig is excellent for scripting and automation, but nslookup has limited scripting support. Dig has a steeper learning curve due to its many options, while nslookup is more gentle and has a simpler syntax. In conclusion, both tools serve the same fundamental purpose: querying DNS information. Dig is preferred by system administrators and for detailed analysis, while nslookup is ideal for quick lookups and beginners. Choose the tool that best fits your specific needs and environment. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.